A wrong turn landed a North Texas truck driver in a Mexican prison, and tonight his mother is in El Paso, and she is doing whatever she can to get him home. Jabin Bogan has been in prison. He's been there in Veracruz, and he was carrying a load of ammunition for assault rifles to Phoenix when he says he got lost. Now, he was in the U.S. He says an officer told him to just go down the street and to turn around, and that's when Bogan ended up in Mexico, and that's also when he was stopped by police. He is charged with trafficking ammunition. Today, his mother and his girlfriend, they flew to El Paso to make a plea in person to try to get him back on American soil.
We're going to plead for God's mercy on these people's hearts, to allow my son to come home, to set him free.
It's been very depressing, stressful, worried every night, being lonely, and plus the kids is asking about their father, so it's taking a toll on us.
I'm prayerful. I know that my son is coming home.
Bogan's family has spoken with U.S. lawmakers in an attempt to get him freed, to get him home. They've written letters, they've made the phone calls, they've even held a rally to build support for their case. But now it's been 2 weeks. Bogan is still in that Veracruz prison. So former federal prosecutor Richard Roeper joining us here tonight. We appreciate you being here.
Glad to be here.
Here with us. Listen, is the mom, the girlfriend, are they doing the right thing by going down to the border to try to knock on some doors, shake some trees?
Well, if I were them, I would certainly go down and even go across the border and
They can go down there and...
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. They can go down. He has a court-appointed lawyer. Under Mexican law, he's entitled to a court-appointed lawyer.
Okay.
I would suggest that they meet with him, find out what they can about the charges and the status of his detention, understand charges have been filed. So it'll be difficult for him to get bond.
So are they going to be able to meet then face-to-face with Bogan?
There's an opportunity to. Now, because of the political charge nature of this,
right.
It could be problematic.
Okay, you say problematic. So just how tough is this fight going to get?
Oh, it's going to be very difficult.
Yeah.
Remember that the cartel war is ongoing right now in Mexico. That ammunition, whether intentional or not, is the same type of ammunition that is used in AK-47s and AR-15s.
Sure.
And right now, there's an election ongoing in Mexico. And one of the big issues in this election is the continuing fight against the drug cartels.
So do you think he's going to be used as an example? Look what we're doing. We're stopping these drug traffickers and the ammunition.
For years, Mexico, the president of Mexico has complained about the flow of ammunition and firearms south from the United States into Mexico. And this is a classic example of what they see is a problem caused by the United States.
All right, so you've been down there. Do you believe this story? I mean, given the situation, he got lost, he was confused, he went across the bridge, someone said go down to Mexico, or just go down there and make a U-turn. Does that sound like something that could add up?
Well, I've actually been to that checkpoint in New Mexico, and there's some clear notice on
it says you're leaving
the
U.S., you're going to Mexico.
Yes, and in this case, there's two charges that could be possible. Not only a federal charge for bringing a firearm and ammunition, in this case in the United States, but also not declaring the ammunition.
Because once he realizes he's in Mexico, and he's got to get back, he's got to say, listen, I've got some stuff in the back you might want to
Yes, the Attorney General of Mexico will be vetting both of those charges. And even if he claims that, well, I didn't know I was going into Mexico, they could argue that, no, you should have still declared it after you arrived.
Because you knew that you were going back in.
Yes.
Paperwork. He says that he's got the paperwork that says, listen, this was going to Phoenix, this, and this. Should that be enough?
Well, one hope for him is that the Attorney General of Mexico, the PGR, as it's called, works very well with their United States counterparts. These guys are professionals. Some of them have advanced degrees in law in the United States. And because of that working relationship they have, I think they would consider and vet seriously the information that's provided by the United States investigators and prosecutors.
That's best case scenario. Worst case scenario, what are you thinking?
The worst case is he's going to have to face charges down in Mexico. Those charges may not come up until after the election in July because of the political nature of this charge.
So it's going to be at least a fight until then, and probably a very long one.
It could be. Now the hope is, hopefully, that the Mexican officials will work with their U.S. counterparts, and if his story is true, that they'll consider that.
Hopefully the mom will get him home very soon. Richard Roeper, thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Thank you for coming in.